Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Shining Pearl. Last episode we defeated the gym. In previous episodes we defeated the gym, and last episode we explored the underground and defeated Commander Mars in the Galactic Building. Now, before we head south on Cycling Road like we're supposed to, I wanted to come over and check out Route 211. Right now, we can't actually go through this route, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But there are some pretty cool items we can pick up and some interesting Pokemon we haven't seen before here. So, let's continue on our way and see what we can find. I guess first of all, this Meditite is new. We haven't seen one and we haven't caught one. So I'm going to switch my Pokemon and I'm going to go ahead and battle it, catch it, and I'll be right back. Okay, and just like that, I caught the Meditite. Its data is getting added to our Pokedex. And now we can start looking at items that we can find on this route. First of all, I noticed there were some empty spaces up here, so usually if you see an empty patch in the grass, that usually means there's an item. And in our case, we found a Pokeball in this top, bald patch of grass. Over here, there's also a spot, and it appears to be a trainer. Okay. So, he says Zubat. Doesn't that sound like a ninja bursting from cover? I don't think so. This sounds more like a Pokemon name to me. Okay, he's got 3 Pokemon, and our Golbat is a little weak right now. He sends out a Zubat first of all. I haven't healed our Pokemon yet. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. After this battle, I'll go back and heal. Let's just spam Pluck from our Golbat real quick and get this battle over with. Okay, and just like that, the Zubat faints. What is his next Pokemon? Zubat? Okay, I guess we're just going to keep in our Golbat and we're going to keep using Pluck. If one of them has a berry, we'll be able to eat it and probably get some HP back. So that's always a good thing. Okay, Zubat fainted. Okay, and he's gonna send out a final Zubat. So I guess it makes sense that the boy that said bursting out of the ground as a ninja sounds like Zubat. And he has 3 Zubat. Okay, anyway, so that's our first battle of this episode. And let's continue on our way after I go back and heal our Pokemon. If you come down to this side of the route, there's an item, and inside of it is TM12 Taunt. Taunt makes it so that the enemy Pokemon cannot use any moves other than attacking moves. And if we come inside the cave here, you'll see here that we can break this rock, and it would seem like we can continue on through Mount Coronet to get to the other side. However, these special gray rocks here require the HM's strength to move aside, which we don't have. So once we have that, we'll be coming back to grab that item in the top. But until then, let's head to Cycling Road. In order to get to Cycling Road, you just have to take the south exit here. And you'll come inside, and there's a person here we should talk to. He says, "Unraveled, long time no see." "Oh, you look puzzled. You're wondering who I am. I'm Professor Roan's assistant and Dawn's father. I've come a long way at the behest of the professor to help you on your adventure. Unraveled, let me ask you, how many Pokemon have you met?" "Oh my, you've met 45 Pokemon. Wonderful. Yes, bravo. Professor Roan should be delighted. Here's something for you." And he just gives us a single rare candy. This can be helpful later, and it'll instantly increase one of our Pokemon's level by 1. We're probably not going to use it right now, but it's something nice to have it in the future anyways. If we continue on our way out, we'll end up on Cycling Road on our bike. It's a straight shot down with lots of trainers, so if you want to battle them, go ahead, but there are ways to avoid them. I will see you at the bottom. Alright, and just like that, we are at the end of Cycling Road. It actually took me longer than I was expecting it to, because my game crashed halfway through unexpectedly. So I had to restart over from the Pokemon Center after healing. So make sure you're saving often, because I don't know why my game crashed. My Switch didn't overheat or anything, it just kind of happened. This girl, if you talk to her, she gives you 3 Sky Stickers B. So, stickers will become important later. We will talk more about contests probably later. We'll go through them when we get there, but not until then. Anyways, we are now on Route 206. We can come over here and we can grab these 2 raspberries. And then we can grab the other 2 that are right beside it. And then I will replant them and put them back. Okay, well, on the other side of the route, we can go ahead and cut down these trees and walk into the grass that's down here. There's going to be some new Pokemon encounters here, and as well as some new items and some more trainers to battle. There's a Pokeball right here, and inside of it is a Super Repel. And let's see what else we can find on this route. A little further up, we can find 4 Ross berries planted. And right above that, we can see an item, so I will go grab that real quick. On my way to go get that other item, we found a burn heal that was blocking the way, so we go ahead and pick that up and head to the other item that we saw. Just like that, we've made it over to this item, and inside of it was a poison barb. This move increases the power of poison type moves, so when our Badoo evolves and gains a poison type move, we'll be able to use that. If we come further up, we will find a cave entrance up here. So we'll go in a second, but I also want to point out that over here, if I can find the entrance. Okay, I found it. If you take 2 right steps away from this bush and then head up, you'll find a secret cave entrance that is hidden. However, we can't go any further in this cave because there are boulders that need to be moved with strength. So once we get strength, we'll be back and we'll be exploring that section of the cave. But for now, we will be exploring this section over here. And Wayward Cave is dark, so you'll need a Pokemon with Flash in order to see. Okay, and we have taught our Pachirisu Flash. Unfortunately, I don't think we can use this in the Poketch. Let's go ahead and check and make sure I'm correct in that. So if we come over here to look at our hidden moves, we'll see that Flash is not one of them. So unfortunately, we can't do that, but let's go ahead and continue up in this cave. We have Rock Smash, so let's break through the rock, and I will show you the items that are in this cave. I will point out that this cave is pretty expansive and it's very easy to get lost in it. So I would recommend that you pick a wall and stick to it and follow it. And if you don't want to encounter a lot of wild Pokemon, that you bring lots of repels before you decide to explore this cave. If for whatever reason you don't happen to have money for repels, if you put a Pokemon with Intimidate at the front of your party, such as Shinx, it's an evolution line, Luxio, Luxray, Gyarados, or the Staravia and Staraptor, you'll encounter less wild Pokemon, as the ability Intimidate makes it less likely for wild Pokemon to attack you. So I am using the Shinx at the front of my party for that purpose. After breaking this rock with Rock Smash, one of the first items we can find inside Wayward Cave is the TM Double Team. The second item we can find in Wayward Cave is a rare candy. We can also find an escape rope. Just past this collector and this Ruin Maniac, there's a tiny mushroom here in the corner that you can find with the item finder. Upon reaching the deepest section of the cave, we can find this little girl right here. Talking to her she'll say, "I'm Mira. I was catching Pokemon and then I got lost. I'm so scared. Please take me to the exit." And we immediately decide to help escort her back to the surface, and she will keep all of our Pokemon healthy. If you click on this rock here, we can find a nugget. Eventually you'll find your way back to the exit, and Mira will say, "Oh, there's the exit. I want to get tougher so I won't be such a scaredy cat. Unraveled, bye-bye, thank you." I just remembered that there's one more location I wanted to check out before I started heading onward in our adventure. I wanted to stop back at the Eterna Forest, and we're gonna stop at a place that is a little scary, and there's some ghost Pokemon inside. But anyways, you go this way from Eterna City. Oh wow, you got a bike! You can ride down Cycling Road and end up in Hearthome City. It's a fast and fun ride, you should check it out. So, I guess if you wanted to check this out, I'll be back once it lets me come back, but if you want to go this way, I would recommend waiting to get your bike until then. With a little bit of editing, we are now here, and he will let us buy. This is me in the future, so my team is a little bit different, but I'll keep that a secret for you in the future to see. But anyways, we can now go into this area here. Wrong button. Let's go ahead and cut down this tree. A wild Bidoof shows up and cuts it down for us. Okay, and we can go ahead and get off our bike, and we can go ahead and start coming up. And if I remember correctly, this is a good chance to use the item finder app on our Poketch, because I think there's some hidden items on the ground here. Recently, I've been doing a pretty good job of finding them by myself, but let's see. It doesn't seem like there's any items on the ground in this particular area at the moment. So, we can put it away. And, oops, I meant to put it away. But we can see there is a Pokeball back here, though. And in the grass, we do get an encounter. And it's a Badoo. We already have that. Okay, and this item is an Ether. So, we have an Ether. Let's go ahead and... And our encounter that we just found is a Misdreavus. So, we're going to use... Bite will probably kill it. It's pretty low level. So we're just going to throw a regular old Pokeball at this and hope it catches. Nice. We caught a Misdreavus. Okay, our team gets some levels. And with that, our data for Misdreavus is added to our Pokedex. Sent it to a box. Okay, and with that, let's go on and head inside this building. We can see it's called the Old Chateau, and it's very old looking and kind of spooky. And inside we got an encounter that happens to be a Ghastly. This building is infested with ghosts. And so we're going to catch this Ghastly, as this is one of the earliest places we can catch a ghost-type Pokemon. We're not going to be adding it to our team, but it's always good to try to fill your Pokedex as much as possible. We're going to explore all the rooms to the left. And there's just one, and here's an item on the floor. And we found an old Chateau. If I'm remembering correctly, this heals every status condition of a particular Pokemon. Okay, let's go ahead and skip the middle one, and we'll go into the door to the right now. And there's a trash can. There's nothing inside the trash can, and the room appears to be empty. Okay, there's some creepy music playing in the background. Let's go ahead and continue on. We just went through the north exit, and there's a lot of different rooms along the top here. We'll come into this last room first, and we can find a Pokeball. And we got TM90 Substitute. Okay, really nice. Let's go ahead and head into the next room. Okay, in this room, there's a trash can, there's nothing in it, and there's a statue or a picture with glowing red eyes. Whenever we don't look at it, the eyes glow. If we get close, they disappear. It appears to be laughing as well. However, we can do something with that once we get our national dex, and we will be back then. In here, we see 2 beds and a trash can. There's nothing inside the trash can, so we'll go ahead and leave. If we come to over here, we see a TV. And then once again, there's nothing inside the trash can, but we did just see an item in this last room here. Okay, in this last room, we find a dread plate. Okay, what does it say? There's a text engraved on the back of the obtained plate. When the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I don't know about you, but that's a little ominous. Let's go ahead and put it in our bag for now. Let's go ahead and head inside this last room. What is that? It must be a ghost. Okay, well, let's go ahead and check these trash cans real quick. Trash can is empty. Trash can is empty. And we found an antidote in the last trash can. It always pays to look at all the empty trash cans to find the one that isn't empty. Anyways, is there any other items in here? It doesn't appear that there are any other items. Anyways, let's go ahead and head on out. Anyways, let's continue on past Cycling Road. Back on Route 206, Dawn, or Lucas if you chose the girl, will come up and say, "Hi, Unraveled, how's your Pokedex coming along?" Me, I'm somewhere between fantastic and, hopeless. But this isn't about me. I've got something nice for you. Unraveled, choose what you want. We'll choose right. I see, you want the Versus Seeker. I'm impressed, Unraveled. You know what's important. We obtained the Versus Seeker. She'll explain here in a second, but I'm going to skip the dialogue. Basically, we can find trainers that want to rematch us. And Dawn's like, "Oh, you also have a Poketch? Yeah, you do. You can have this too then. You deserve it for all your hard work, Unraveled." And we obtained the Dowsing Machine Poketch app. Basically, this will allow us to locate unseeable items on the ground. and it'll be useful inside dark caves. Okay? And then she tells us to continue working on our Pokedex to help out Professor Rowan. Over here, we can see 4 different sets of berries. It looks like we've got 2 sets of orange berries. We've got some cherry berries, and I don't know what these purple ones are. Maybe raspberries? Let's check that real quick. Up here are the cherry berries. And this other set is Bluckberries. So those are some new berries that we haven't gotten before. Anyways, I'm going to replant these and continue on. Okay, so I wanted to check and see. As you can see right where I'm watering right now, I'm in the center section. So if you water the berries in the center section of a group of 4, it'll water all the berries and not just 2 like it did originally. So always water berries on the inner section. Okay, there, all happy. There's also a honey tree here that we can slather with honey. Also, if we come down this way, we can end up back in Orbur Town. And if you were to use your underground kit, you'll see that we are in a brand new section of the map. Before, we were up here in this currently white section. Now we are in this green section. It's a little bit smaller, but there are some new places you can explore, and so forth. And if you're lucky and you manage to find a fossil while you're digging, come inside this building here in Orbur City, talk to this man right here, give him your fossil, leave, and come back in, and your fossil will be ready, and you'll have a new Pokemon. Anyways, let's continue onward. So here we are, back on Route 206. If we come over here, there's a little secret area we can sneak by here. And there's a trainer here. We're going to skip him real quick. Never mind. Let me battle him, and I'll be right back. So here's our first item on this route. And we can find a dire hit. This makes it so that, I think it's so that Pokemon don't critical hit you. Let's go ahead and check that real quick. It's a battle item. So, it raises the critical hit ratio. I'm thinking of guard spec. If we come up here, I'm going to wait for this guy to turn this way. We can come over this way, and there's a hidden item on the ground, and it is a rare candy. Okay, let's continue on. Unfortunately, at this time, we can't get this item. We'll get it later in the story, so for now, we just have to leave it there. However, we can get this item, and inside of it is a super potion. And then we can head into Mount Coronet. As of right now, there's not much that we can really do inside Mount Coronet. However, when we get to the stairs, we do get an encounter with a mysterious figure. According to one theory, Mount Coronet is where the Sinnoh region began. In a newly created world, a world where only time flowed and space expanded, there should have been no strife. But what became of that world? Because the human spirit is weak and incomplete, strife has spread. This world is being ruined by it. I find the state of all things to be deplorable. We get out of his way and he leaves. And we are allowed to continue on our way. If you come up here, it's not really a shortcut, but we can't get any of the items anyways, so there's not really a point in trying to explore. You can try to get some new Pokemon encounters, but all in all, it leads to nothing in the end. And we appear on Route 208, which is a new route for us. There's this hiker here, and there are some items that we can get here as well. The first item we can get is right here, an X Speed. After breaking these rocks, you can get another item. This particular item is a Pokeball. In this missing patch of grass, there's a jar of honey, which is perfect for slathering this tree right here. Also, right over here, there's a guy that's kind of hidden. If you talk to him, he says, "Don't say a word, just take it." And we get an odd keystone. We'll talk more about this later. If you walk into the house that's on this route, you'll find a man called the Berry Master. And he says you're deserving of a berry. And in this case, he gave me a Rostberry. And he wants us to make the Sinnoh a more greener, natural place. If you talk to this woman, you can buy some berries here. So we're not going to do it right now, but maybe later we'll come back and buy some. And this little girl also gives us a helpful piece of information. She mentions that if we come to our town map, there's a way we can see where berries are planted. If we come all the way down here to the bottom corner, you'll see if we press the plus button, we can open the location information. Let's go ahead and come back out. And if we press the minus button, we can see where our planted berries are. Or where they're ripe anyways. And we can see that along the route that we followed, all the berries we've planted previously are all ripe now. Also, we can see honey trees that we've discovered here. Oops, wrong button. If we go again, we can see honey trees that we have slathered with honey. And if we press R again, we can see which honey trees are in fact ready for harvest. Outside the Berry Master's house, there are 4 sets of berries. There are 2 pineapple berries. There are 2 raspberries. There are 2 bluckberries. And there are 2 nanab berries, so we'll go ahead and pick those as well. I'm going to replant these berries, and then we'll continue on our adventure. And with that, our adventure on Route 208 is at an end. And with that, we arrived in Hearthome City. We're still on Route 208, but something will happen if I move any further that way, so we're going to end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Join me next time as I explore Hearthome City. See you next time. Peace. As I was running through the tall grass, I defeated a Pokemon, and our Golbat decided he wanted to evolve. And so here we go. Our Golbat is now evolving into a Crobat. So now we have a Crobat on our team and our first fully evolved, well, aside from Gyarados, our first fully evolved 3-stage Pokemon.